Hi, welcome. My name is Caroline Blinska and thank you for joining me here today. I wanted to share with you today my four-phase system on helping e-commerce stores. So if you're just starting out in e-commerce, or maybe you just can't get the sales, you've been doing this for a while and you can't get sales, or you're looking to upscale your business and make a consistent $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 a month, but you just don't know the strategy and you're scared that you're going to be stuck doing too much work, I'm going to show you how to do it all on autopilot. So I have this four-phase system, and today I wanted to put this together in four separate short videos that you can go through and watch and understand exactly what I'm talking about. So this is the strategy that I work with for my students and also my clients. So each client that comes to me and needs help, I actually work through each of these four phases for them and make sure that we're covering everything off. Whereas my students, I go through these four phases with them and walk them through exactly how to do it. So today what I wanted to do is actually share with you each of the four phases so you can understand exactly what you need to do in your e-commerce store. So these four phases work for every single business. It doesn't actually matter what you're selling. You might be working on some sort of multi-level marketing product. You might have your own product. You might be importing something from China, or you might have an Amazon product that you want a Shopify store for. It doesn't matter. The four phases stay exactly the same. They need to be done. But inside those four phases, it will change depending on your business. So keep watching. I'm going to explain each of the four phases for you so then you can understand exactly what's going wrong in your e-commerce store or what to do if you're starting up. So what I'm going to start with before I get into the four phases is the very first issue that people have. There's usually two things that go wrong and why people don't actually manage to succeed. And look, there's numbers anywhere from 80 to 95% of Shopify stores that fail. That's because it's a very low barrier to entry to get into it, but then actually getting through the things is harder. Now, don't be scared by that, because that's actually a good thing. It means that there's going to be a lot less competition for you, because if it was so easy, then you would have too much competition. So bear with me. Once you know the steps, then you're going to be much more confident and you'll be happy to actually work through these steps in your business. So the first thing I want to cover before anything else, and this is where my students get a lot of benefit from me, is actually the fears that a lot of people have. And there's four common fears, and you're going to fall into either one of these or all of these. So just take a listen to them and see where it comes up for you, and I'll help you understand what you can do about it. So the first thing, and this is the main thing that I hear from a lot of people, that it's too hard, that the whole tech thing is way too hard. And I can tell you that I started in e-commerce back in about 2006, I think it was. And if you have any idea what it was like back then you'll understand that now it's actually not hard. It's very, very simple. Yeah, there's some learning things that you have to understand, learning curves. There's some things that maybe you don't know when you start out. But what all my students say is that once they get into it and they do it once or twice, and once I show them what to do properly, and once you're shown the actual steps, it becomes very simple. So understanding the tech side is actually not as hard as what you think. It's just a little bit of a learning curve. The second fear that I hear from people is, why would this training be anything different? Because everything else I've tried has not worked for me. And I'm out there and I'm trying and I've done everything and nothing's actually working. Well, I can tell you right now that is a big fear, but everyone that comes through my training always says, oh yeah, actually, the plan was what they were missing. So I can tell you right now that there's lots of great information out there, but trying to put that together and trying to make that work for your business can be very overwhelming. And I can tell you right now, putting together just bits and pieces of that training is never, ever going to work. You can't just go out there and say, I watched something on Facebook ads, and then I watched something about Pinterest, and I watched something about how to set up a Shopify store. Now I'm fine. Now I know what I'm doing. It's actually not the way it is. You need to first start off with knowing exactly the plan that you need in place, and that is what my four phases actually go through. So the other two fears that people have are about getting out of the rat race, wanting to be able to have the freedom and the ability to do what they want. And the other one, which is very similar, is that they want to make sure that they're not working hundreds of hours. And that's where what I teach and these four phases teach is all about actually setting up an automated system. So a system where you're not working all day and all night. I've been there, I know what it's like, and I definitely don't like that lifestyle. It was all about the reason why I changed everything that I did, was to make sure I got rid of that lifestyle. So I'm very passionate about teaching that to other people as well. So let's get into the first phase of what it actually means that you need to understand when it comes to building an e-commerce store and creating sales for your e-commerce store as well. Okay, so the first phase of setting up an e-commerce store is the planning, the real planning, the before the planning, the before you do anything. And this is the part that I know that most people that come to me have missed. So I can guarantee you that 99% of people do miss out on this step and they don't do it properly. Once we fix this in their business, then they already start seeing massive, massive, massive changes in results. And if you just watch a couple of my testimonial videos, you'll see the people that all say the same thing. Wow, once we went through the first phase, then I was able to find my customer. So the first thing you need to know is what you're actually selling. Now you might sit there and go, Caroline, I already know what I'm selling, but I can tell you about 50% of people don't actually know what they're selling. Some people do, but 50% don't. So you might know that, but chances are you think you do, but you actually don't. So what are you selling? The next thing is, who are you selling to? That is the one that most people actually have no idea. 99% of people think that they know who they're selling to, but they don't. So know who you're selling to, and then also you need to know where those people are. So this is phase one. This is all it's about. Now, it sounds like something that most of you will say, well, you know what, I don't need to worry about that. That's not important to me. But I can tell you right now, it is the backbone to your business. And if you don't know this, then you're never going to succeed. So if you've already started and you're saying, well, I'm not getting sales, chances are you're missing out something in this part of phase one. So most people don't know what they're selling. I can give you an example. I've got a client of mine, fantastic guy, had so many products on his website, and he was selling a little bit of everything. And once we actually started talking, he said, I'm not getting sales. I don't know why. And I had a look at his website and I said, what do you sell? And he said, everything. And the thing is, he's not Amazon, so don't try to be an Amazon. You'll never get there. So just start off selling a couple of really good things. So we started speaking about it, and what I found out was not only what he was selling was hard to understand, but his audience was hard to understand because he didn't know what he was selling. So we started talking, found out that the outdoor area, outdoor activities, and martial arts sort of equipment was exactly the right market for him. It's his background, he knows that industry, he'd made all his sales in that area already, he'd already built up a good group of people. So I said, sell more of those products to those people. So once we did that, his website looks cleaner, his website's easier to understand. People that come there that like certain products can buy those products. Now, we didn't take all the products off his website, he's still got a couple of hundred, but they're very, very specifically targeted to those types of people. People who like outdoor activities, people who like indoor activities. And there's lots of different products that you can still sell around those products without selling other random things as well. So know what your product is that you're selling and know who you're selling to. Now the thing was, once we actually understood what the product was and who he's actually selling to, like all of my clients, then we can find out where those people are and get more of them back to the website. Now, why is this really important? Most people that come to me actually say to me, and this is probably a good 80-90% of people, they come to me and they say, Caroline, I ran $500 worth of Facebook ads and I had no sales. I don't know why no one's buying from me. Because chances are Facebook is not your best market. Now, I'm not saying that works for everyone. It might be that you're targeting incorrectly on Facebook, but I have actually got many other places that I recommend before I actually recommend Facebook ads. So where are your people? Well, that depends on who they are. There's so many people on Pinterest, and Pinterest people that actually look at Pinterest are more likely to spend more money than someone that looks at Facebook. So if you know that your audience actually uses Pinterest on a regular basis, why would you spend money on Facebook ads when you can use Pinterest to actually promote to these people? On top of that, Pinterest ads are cheaper than Facebook ads. So don't automatically assume that you have to run Facebook ads. Know what you're selling, know who you're selling to, and know where those people are. So that is phase one, and it's really important that you cover off all of these areas really, really well before you worry about phase two. So go away, do some homework, have a think about it. I do have video 2 available for you now over in my Facebook group. So jump over there, it's completely free. You don't have to pay anything, just sign up. There's a link below the video or maybe above this video, and sign up and just click the join button, sign up in that group, and I'll give you access and you'll get access to video number 2. So video number 2, I'm going to talk about phase 2 of setting up your e-commerce store. come join me in the group. Leave a comment below this video. Let me know exactly what you think about it. And also leave a comment over in my Facebook group so I know exactly how you're going with everything, how it's working for you. I always love to help people. So if there's something that I can help you with, please leave a comment, ask me a question, and I'm going to get back to you. I'm going to answer your questions for you because I'm here to help. So don't forget to watch video 2, join my free Facebook group, which is E-commerce Marketing Lab. Jump in that group and you'll get access to video 2 completely free, and you can see exactly what I talk about in phase 2. Like I said, there's only 4 phases, and those 4 phases are all you need. You can see from phase 1 already, there's not a lot to do, but you've just got to get it right. You've just got to understand who your audience is. So jump over into the Facebook group. I hope to see you in there later on today, and I'll help you out with phase 2 of your e-commerce store. Thanks for watching. Bye.